This is the Everyday Warriors podcast, where courageous guests share the truth of what they've survived, what they've learnt, and how they have rebuilt their lives. I'm your host, Cody Martin. Listen to these stories of resilience, purpose, and hope, so you can remember you're not alone. Welcome to a bonus episode of the Everyday Warriors podcast. Today feels really meaningful because this podcast is celebrating its second birthday. And just like I did for the first birthday, I want to pause and not rush past this moment. I want to acknowledge it properly. When I first started this podcast, I didn't have a plan or a clear roadmap. I had a voice, a story, and a deep belief that sharing real experiences, honestly and vulnerably, could help other people feel less alone. And 2 years on, that belief still sits at the heart of everything I do. The podcast hasn't grown overnight. It's been slow, consistent, and organic. And honestly, I'm really proud of that. The Everyday Warriors podcast has now been listened on every continent, in over 50 countries, across more than 250 cities, and has nearly 5,000 downloads. Now that might sound small in the big podcasting world, but in this corner of it, my little space, it feels incredibly meaningful. It tells me that these stories are travelling, that they're landing where and when they're needed, and that somewhere someone pressed play and felt seen and heard. To those of you who have listened regularly, who share the episodes and send messages or quiet words of encouragement, thank you. Whether you've been here from the very beginning or you've just found the podcast recently, you are part of this story. And this space exists purely because you choose to show up and listen. I also want to acknowledge the guests, more than 30 of them. Every person who has come onto this podcast has done so with courage. They've shared their stories, not as polished versions, but real ones. Stories that have been shaped by adversity, challenge, growth, and resilience. Many of them have spoken about things they've never said out loud before or even publicly, and I'm honoured by that. But they've done that with one hope in mind, that someone somewhere is going through something similar and will realise that they're not alone. It's that generosity of spirit is what makes the podcast what it is. For me, Everyday Warriors has always been about keeping my voice alive. It's about honouring where I've come from in my experiences, healing and learning, and using them in a way that feels purposeful. It exists because I know what it's like to feel unseen, unheard, and to walk through hard seasons quietly. I never wanted this space to feel loud or performative. I wanted it to feel human. As I look ahead, I do have hopes for this podcast. I would love to see it reach more people and welcome more international guests. I want it to continue expanding its reach and growing those download numbers. Not for ego, but because every new listener is another person who might feel supported by these stories. Which brings me to something new that I'm really excited to share. As part of the next chapter, I'm introducing Everyday Warrior Moments, short bonus episodes that will sit alongside the main podcast. These will be subscriber only and occur fortnightly in between the other guest episodes. They will be shorter, just me, 5 to 10 minutes long. They will be gentle reflections, reminders, and moments of encouragement, inspired by my own experiences and the many stories I've had the privilege of holding space for. They won't be about fixing or pushing, but more about slowing down, about reminding you that your strength doesn't always have to look loud. It's those small moments that matter, and that you're allowed to move through life at your own pace, one step at a time. Everyday Warrior Moments is an extension of this podcast and thus an extension of me. It is my way of continuing to offer support and guidance in a gentle and grounded way, of keeping my voice present, because that's why I started this podcast in the first place. So if this podcast has ever supported you, if you found comfort, insight, or connection here, then I would love to welcome you to this next chapter. You will find details in the show notes when it launches on the 8th of April. No pressure, just an open invitation. As always, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for downloading, thank you for listening, and thank you for being part of this community of everyday warriors. So here's to the past 2 years and to whatever comes next. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Everyday Warriors podcast. If you have an idea for a future episode or a story you'd like to share yourself, then please reach out and message me, as I am always up for real, raw, and authentic conversations with other everyday warriors. Also, be sure to subscribe so that you can download all the latest episodes as they are published, and spread the word to your family and friends and colleagues so they can listen in too. If you're sharing on social media, please be sure to tag me so that I can personally acknowledge you. I'm always open to comment about how these episodes have resonated with you, the listener. And remember, lead with love as you live this one wild and precious life.